Hi, I'm Mary Esther Reed. I'm the mayor here in the town of Smyrna, and today is Friday, April the 24th. I have with me Brian Hercules, who is our town manager, and Brian, 2 weeks.
2 weeks, and it seems like just yesterday because so much work is being done.
I would agree. So it's been 2 weeks since Brian and I have been together to talk with each one of you, and it's happening minute by minute, not even hour by hour, isn't it?
It really is.
It is.
A lot of things changing.
It is. I just want to tell you and the staff, thank you so much for what you're doing. You all are on the front lines. You're making sure that things are taking place here in the town of Smyrna to get those day-to-day essential jobs done that need to be done. And I want you all to understand how hard that our staff is working for each one of you. We have definitely had questions, and I know you all have had questions about Governor Lee's decision to let the stay-at-home order expire on April the 30th. And you also have questions about what is it going to look like for businesses having modified business. Well, I want you to know that all of the mayors across Rutherford County have been working together pretty much on a daily basis, having discussion about exactly what Governor Lee has put out and exactly how things are going to look here in Rutherford County. And here in Smyrna, we are going to follow the governor's guidelines. And the one thing I want you to know is we need your help. Each one of you can help us by helping us through personal responsibility. We need you to follow those CDC guidelines. Guys, this is not over. This is not business as usual. We need you. And we need you to remember that if you're uncomfortable in a business or a restaurant, you don't have to do business with them. You can choose to go somewhere else. So make sure you are taking care of yourself and your family. I wanted to talk a little bit about Governor Lee's pledge today for reopening restaurants and for reopening retail. The restaurants will be permitted to reopen at a 50% occupancy on Monday, April the 27th, and retail will be permitted to reopen at a 50% occupancy on Wednesday, April the 29th. Now, we have had a ton of calls about other things like churches and gyms and barbershops and nail salons. A lot of us need some of those things, I know.
I need a haircut.
And I need to get my nails redone, but you're going to have to wait just a little while longer. I want you to know that what the governor's office has let us know is that next week we should be getting more guidance on churches, gyms, and medical procedures. And the close contact services, and what I mean by that are salons and barber shops, things like that. Those will not reopen until phase 2. You ask, what is phase 2? Well, guess what? We don't know what phase 2 is yet. But the governor's office is telling us that we will know more about phasing next week. I will tell you, as soon as we know, you will know. I want to let you all know about the governor's pledge and some of the specifics when it comes to restaurants and when it comes to retail with the businesses that will be opening on Monday, April the 27th, which are restaurants, and Wednesday, April 29th, which is retail. So business operations for restaurants, the governor's office has asked that you sanitize all front of house contact surfaces every 2 hours. Use disposable menus or sanitized menus between each use. Use rolled silverware napkins stored in sealed bins. Sanitize chairs and all tabletop items after each table turn. Do not offer self-serve buffets, shared condiments, or beverage station reuse. And provide self-serve COVID-19 training for all your food handlers. In protecting the employees in the restaurants, they are asking that you wear face coverings and gloves, report any symptoms of illness to supervisor, and follow your daily sanitation protocols. In protecting the customers in restaurants, please limit your occupancy to 50% of seating capacity, space tables 6 feet apart, limit seatings to 6 per table, use social distancing standards in waiting areas, keep your bar areas closed, no live music, and screen customers with the basic questions about COVID-19 symptoms. For our retail guidelines, in protecting employees, Please wear your dedicated cloth face coverings, gloves, and other personal protection items as recommended by the CDC. Report any symptoms of illness to your supervisor. Provide training on personal protective equipment based on CDC guidelines. Sanitize hands with soap and/or hand sanitizer. Stagger shifts, breaks, and meals to maintain social distancing. In your retail and protecting your customers, you need to limit customer occupancy to 50% of store capacity. Customers should wear face coverings inside of your store. Consider shopping hours for the elderly, medically vulnerable, and healthcare workers. Establish one-way aisles and traffic patterns for social distancing. Increase curbside pickup and delivery service options. Prompt customers regarding the importance of social distancing. And in your business operations for retail, they ask that you establish enhanced cleaning protocols that follow the CDC guidelines. Designate separate entrances and exits. Use plastic shields or barriers at checkout between the customer and clerk. Adjust your store hours to allow time for enhanced cleaning. Prohibit the use of reusable bags. Suspend self-service food station and dining areas. Suspend the sampling of food and personal hygiene products. Management level employees should monitor the compliance and add social distancing reminder signage and announcements. Brian, I think the governor has done a good job of outlining things for us in regards to our retail and to our restaurants. And hopefully next week we will get more information about other businesses as well as the phases for that he's planning on rolling out. But we want you all to understand we're waiting just like you guys, and as soon as we know, we'll let you all know.
Yes, and while we're working with the governor's office and with Rutherford County and the mayors, there are some things that are specific to our business here in the municipality of Smyrna. So we're moving forward with some modified operations as well in the following areas. The Smyrna Golf Course will begin modified operations on May the 1st. Tee times will be available at 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. 5 days a week, Wednesday through Sunday. We'll be closed on Monday and Tuesday. Tee times will be available on a same-day basis only. No advanced tee times will be available for guest reservations. Tee times will be limited with a strict one individual per cart rule. Walkers will be welcome. Online tee times have been discontinued until further notice. The driving range will be closed until further notice for the safety of both staff and guests. The front clubhouse door will be open for check-in with less than 10 individuals allowed in the facility at one time. Golfers must adhere to the 6-foot spacing that will be marked on the floor of the shop and the snack bar area. Snack bar items will be limited to soft drinks, beer, and snacks. For the safety of our employees, only credit card, debit cards will be accepted, no cash. Flag sticks will be left in the hole with the cup turned upside down in order to eliminate touching. All rakes will be removed from the bunkers. That takes care of our golf course. Another thing we're excited to announce is we'll be opening our parks on a limited basis. Smyrna Parks and Recreation Department will begin a modified operations on May the 1st. We know our residents are eager to enjoy the green space in the large park areas. Sharp Springs Park, Lee Victory Recreation Park, Gregory Mills Park, with the exception of the splash pad, and the trailheads will open on May 1st. The green space and walking trail will be open in Gregory Mill Park. The Captain Jeff Coos Memorial Green Space, walking trails, and tennis courts will be open with social distancing in place at Lee Victory Recreation Park. Basketball, volleyball, baseball fields, shelters, and the playgrounds will remain closed. Disc golf, the Bark Park, and the pond for fishing will be open with social distancing along the green space and walking trails at Sharp Springs Parks. All shelters will remain closed. Also, I'd like to remind you that Smyrna Outdoor Activity Center, or SOAC, the Event Center, and Town Hall will continue to be closed to the public. Town Hall will still have the drive-through remaining open for payments. Modified processes for conducting business online and via the telephone remain in place for all other parts of our operation. Our police, fire, the water plant, and the wastewater treatment plant remain fully operational. And Mayor, I'd have to just stop for a moment and again talk about this personal responsibility. As you're out and about in our parks, at the golf course, or any of our locations, it's very important that you practice personal responsibility. So Mayor, I'm excited about some things we're doing. I'm looking forward to us moving forward. Again, a new norm maybe. I don't know that we'll ever get back to the old way of doing things, but it's an exciting time. But we are still concerned as we open some of the parks and the different recreation and restaurants. I think you said it a minute ago, folks, understand COVID-19 virus is still out there. We've got to protect each other. We've got to protect ourselves. So make sure you're doing those CDC guidelines. Make sure you're being self-responsible, your personal responsibility for your own actions and those kind of things.
I would absolutely agree. And for the town of Smyrna and the services that we provide you as our residents, those are going to continue just like they have throughout this entire pandemic, and those won't stop. I want you to know, I know this is a time of uncertainty. I know this is a time for fear. It has been for both of us. It has been for our families. Anytime there's unknown, it makes things uncomfortable. It does. And what I want you to know is there's one thing I know about you. There's one thing I know about the citizens of the town of Smyrna. We are vibrant, we are resilient, and we will continue to face this together. I've always said Smyrna citizens are the best when there's some sort of adversity because we always pull together to help each other, and you all continue to do that. I see it on social media. I see it through the emails that you send me about things your neighbors have helped you with or things that a business has helped you with. So continue to do those neighbor helping neighbor things because it makes Smyrna a great place to live. The one thing I want you to remember, Smyrna is a part of the fabric that makes Rutherford County strong. We're strong here in Smyrna, we're strong here in Rutherford County, and we're strong across this country. Be safe, and we'll get back to you all when we have more information. Hopefully that'll be next week.
Hopefully soon.
Hopefully soon.